Hello everyone! In today's video, we're going to be talking about things you might have missed while reading past blog posts, including the introduction to World Gen, the Zone 3 preview, and the Hytale server overview blog posts. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to leave a like on the video and become part of the community and get future updates by joining our Discord. Link will be in the description. Come join in on the conversation in the most active Hytale related Discord. There are many different types of channels, including a theories channel for all of you theorists out there. You can also get instant Hytale updates on our Twitter and YouTube feed that is linked in our Discord. We are also sometimes showing off Hytale sneak peeks, which includes some things that many of you haven't even seen yet. So what are you waiting for? Join the Hytale News Discord with the link below. We'd also like to mention you can receive early access to our future videos, in-depth details, and even pitch your future video ideas to Hytale News by becoming a member by clicking the join button below the video. We'd love to give a massive shout out to our most recent members, EFE and Pogel. Thank you guys for your continuous support. More details can be found in the description. Without any further ado, my name is Natsu, and let's get right into the video. The first topic we'll be discussing is the World Gen introduction blog post, and more specifically, the world of Orbis. The Hytale team started the post off by talking about the Orbis concept art. This is what they had to say. This piece of concept art is one of the first we produced when the development of Hytale began. It depicts 4 of the zones that make up the planet of Orbis, which is where the bulk of Hytale's storyline takes place. As you can see, each zone is unique. Our world generation system draws from a different set of rules for each one, and each has its own set of biomes. If you look closely, you'll get a sense of how underground topography changes from the winding caves and dungeons of Zone 1 to the hidden forests of Zone 4. However, when this image was first released, instead of the art showing off the areas as Zone 1, Zone 2, Zone 3, and Zone 4, the Hytale team gave us a look at the real names of each zone. They list them as follows. Zone 1 showcases Emerald Grove, Zone 2 is showcased as Howling Sands, Zone 3 as Borea, and finally, Zone 4 was showcased as the Devastated Lands. With that being said, there are a couple other things we know about each zone. For example, each of the zones has their own unique biomes that correlates with their zone's climate. Due to this blog post being released earlier on, the Hytale team could potentially change the names before the release of the game. There are also 2 unknown zones. Recently, they had an image on their website that was classified as a hidden image. What do you guys think this is? Could it possibly be the planet or the afterverse of the Nexus? Or could it be an unannounced zone like Zone 5 or 6? We can't tell exactly where it's located, but it looks very spooky. Further on in the blog post, we see the overlooks of each zone. They show off examples of zone generation. This is what the Hytale team had to say. Here is an example of zone-based world gen in action. You're looking at a top-down view of Zone 1, comprising several different biomes, forests, lakes, hills, ravines, and more. Our world gen system ties these together seamlessly along with topographical features like ponds and rocky outcrops. You can also see a handful of generated points of interest. And then they continue to say, each zone has its own set of blocks and distinct content, including furniture sets, NPC races, creatures and critters, plant life, weather, and geology. Exploring a cave in Borea will be very different from exploring a cave in the Emerald Grove. The Hytale team gives us multiple bird-eye views of the beautiful Zone 1 and Zone 3. On the topic of Zone 3, the Hytale team provides us with a visual tour of Zone 3, starting with this video. What a fantastic clip! Now, the team had a couple things to say regarding the process of zones and the underground geography, and this is what they had to say. As detailed in our introduction to World Gen back in January, each of Hytale's zones is procedurally generated using its own rules for topography and underground geography. Zones are comprised of multiple biomes, and we're creating unique sets of prefabs for each. Taken together, this allows us to create expansive landscapes that have a distinctive visual identity and atmosphere. At launch, each zone will have a name. You may have caught a glimpse of a few of them in some of the materials that we've put out already. These names aren't final, which is why we've been referring to zones by their numbers over the last couple of months. We'll let you know when the finalized names are ready to be revealed, and bear in mind that, as ever, all the screenshots and video clips below depicted work-in-progress content and aren't representative of the final game. I hope they do more previews of future zones as the blog posts continue until launch. Another interesting blog post that Hytale released was a blog post about these servers on Hytale and how performance will work. The first thing they talk about is code languages and performance for Hytale servers. This is what they had to say. We've had lots of questions about Hytale's engine and server technology since the announcement in December. It's great that so many people are interested in running their own Hytale servers. Here's the answer to the most common question. Hytale's client is written in C# and the servers run on Java. We'll cover in-game scripting in a future post as it's a separate topic. We've chosen to use Java for Hytale servers for a multitude of reasons. For one, our backend team is very comfortable writing high-performance Java, and that has let us massively optimize our server code. Furthermore, we know that our community has a lot of experience with Java too. It's important to us that it's as easy as possible for our server operators to get up and run. Using C# for the client provides additional performance benefits, and we're pleased about the results we've seen so far. Secondly, they share with us shared source servers, and this is what they had to say. Hytale's server technology will be a provided shared source, which means that everyone will be able to read the server code. The game client, however, will be closed in order to provide a common baseline for server operators and players. This allows us to provide a secure and reliable experience, guard against cheating, and provide modders and content creators with a shared foundation to work from. Because Hytale is designed from the ground up for modding, server operators will be able to create and customize every aspect of the game, from environments and game mechanics to parts of the UI itself. We want our players to be able to build upon what we're working on, but we don't expect the community to do our work for us. In effect, this shared source system means that it is possible for servers to run a modified version of the game, grounded in a client that is common to every player. Every server represents its creator's vision for the game. And because server operators have a consistent platform to build upon, it is straightforward for players to jump between wildly different experiences. When you connect to a Hytale server, the client will automatically download all the content needed in order to play: models, animations, sounds, and everything else. With that, they will show us what the loading screen will look like upon loading into servers. Right after that, the team begins to talk about the server browsers. This is what they had to say. Eagle-eyed readers of our UI sneak peek article will have noticed a navigation tab called Servers at the top of Hytale's main menu. Hytale's server browser will let players quickly find community servers to play on. We will allow you to sort and filter by the types of games you like to play: adventure mode or mini games, co-op, or competitive, as well as by other factors like languages supported. A tagging system will allow servers to designate the type of content they provide alongside traditional server list features like banners and graphics. As an example, users can favorite servers that they enjoy, and you'll be able to sort the server list by the total number of favorites that each server has received in order to quickly find the most popular places to play. Now, as they show us the example server listing, we will see that the server will be able to provide the same sort of logo area for that server. You can also see the star that hovers over the image that indicates that this particular server is favorited by the user. To the right of the image, we can also see the player count as it says 41 out of 100, and it also shows monthly unique users under the player count. To the right of that, we can also see the ping of the server you want to connect to, and under that, we see the average ping the server has. If we continue to the left, we see 3 buttons that read Website, Share, and Copy IP. We believe that the Website button will redirect you to the website of the server. The Share button will allow you to share the server with your social media, and the Copy IP will allow you to send the IP of your server to any of your friends. Lastly, at the top of the server listing, we see a Connect button which will let you connect to the server. Now, below all this, we see an exciting feature. This includes a description the server can provide with the information about what the server will offer. Under the description, we can see a section where you can provide images of what your server will look like. And to the right of that, we have the latest server news. This will allow the server to post news on updates, fixes, or other things that we've added so the player will know before even joining. That is precisely why we chose this as one of our blog posts to cover, as there's tons of relevant information for those of you who are excited to try out multiplayer. Lastly, they talk about being able to join whatever server your friends are on as easy as possible. This is what they had to say. Furthermore, we've implemented technology into Hytale to make playing together as painless as possible. The friends list allows you to jump into servers that your friends are currently playing on, and also allows you to connect to their adventure mode worlds. To ensure that this is a smooth process, we are using UPnP's universal plug-and-play protocols to handle port forwarding automatically when possible. If that is unavailable, then we attempt NAT punch-through. What this means in practical terms is that you can join your friends' worlds through your friends list as long as you're both connected to the internet without ever having to set up port forwarding, regardless of your router settings. Making it easy to play with your friends without a hitch is very important to us. That wraps up today's video. We hope you enjoyed this video about things you might have missed while reading Hytale's past blog posts. Before we end the video, we'd like to give a shout out to our Discord, the #1 place for all things Hytale. Here we host monthly events, community discussions, and much, much more. Come and join the most significant place for all things Hytale. The link is in the description. That's all, folks. My name is Natsu from Hytale News, and we'll see you all soon for another Hytale News video. Bye-bye, and catch you later.